Charlie says hello. Welcome to Twin Flame reading for this week. Hope everything is good. Whoop, boop, boop, boop. You can move over there if you want. All right, let's see where we go. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, I do a live for members of the channel. It's an exclusive live. Tomorrow we're looking at the Saturn and Uranus conjunction that's going to be happening throughout 2021. That's about the rules of who I am and the innovation of who I am, and those two things colliding. Okay, so if you're having some kind of, not identity crisis, but like well, okay, identity crisis, but if that's how it is, like if you're trying to break out, that's what we're going to look at, messages for each zodiac sign. So that's at 1 o'clock tomorrow. If you want to join the channel, welcome to it, and hello. Today, let's talk about Twin Flame. What is going on for Twin Flame for the collective? This is a weekly reading. Any zodiac signs I do see, I will call them out with a couple cards in the extended, okay? All right, let's see where we go. Let's see where we go. Infinite abundance. That's been showing up a lot. Gates of Triumph. Answering the call. All right, so here's the thing. Sometimes spirit needs to get your confidence going a little bit. All right. I feel like some of you who have been on this path for a while, you know, define a while, 10 years, 20 years, 2 years, whatever it's been for you. I feel like the first wave of support from the universe is now opening up to a new level. Okay. Opening up to a new level. There is something more coming in. Okay, so if you've been feeling a little bit stuck or feeling a little bit like you're sort of languishing, or you're phoning it in, or you're whatever it is, I mean, probably not phoning in your spiritual gifts, but because once you find them, that's like finding your dharma. That's like finding who you are. But there's a lot of the 3D world that can still want to hang on, okay, to the old you, to the you created as a 3D being. There can be a lot of pushback, all right, around anything you want to do that is getting you outside of a box. And I think the thing to remember is that, and you can test this theory, because if right away you're like, no, then that might be something to look at a little deeper. People do things to you. People react to you. People interact with you based on their own shit. Okay? So if you're somehow triggering them just by being more you, this is bringing up for them something that they're not doing for themselves, or they feel like, oh God, look at that person. They're really, moving forward in life. They're really doing something for themselves. You can have other people react. I mean, you can right away label that as, well, jealousy and mean girl stuff and everything like that. But it's actually a lot deeper than that. What I'm talking about is a lot deeper than that. So it can be people who are very close to you, people who are very much in your inner circle, or what does Tom Brady call it, the circle of influence, or something like that. And then when you want to change, or when you're when you are changing, they have a vested interest in you staying the way they were for some reason. So if you have a friend who, counts on you for a particular thing, you may not realize what they count on you for. I definitely had a friend like this in college who I became her BFF. It was like I was her, partner, not gay, but you know what I mean? Like it just was like that. Like emotionally, there was this very strong bond. But then whenever a guy came in, I'm sure you can relate to this. A lot of female friendships have a little bit of a dynamic like this, that when a guy comes in, that kind of closeness is replaced by the guy. But then if the guy isn't able to reciprocate, then it goes back to the female friend, and there's this kind of thing. It's just a kind of an unconscious pattern that really requires inner union to not, sort of have that feeling. I know I felt like, wow, she's just like on me. And then I felt when it was separate and I was like, okay, but then it was like completely like back to me, like her back was to me and she wasn't really interacting with me very much at all. And then there was this coming back over to me, like it's a needs based kind of interaction, right? They need something from you, then they need something from someone else, then they need something from you. And this could be anybody. This could be your mother. This could be a boss. This could be a coworker. This could be a friend. This could be how your relationships have worked, right? Your love relationships have worked, that there's been this like, immediate immersion and then this disconnect. And I feel like it's because there's not a leveling up. Because in the beginning of relationships, things are really easy. In theory. But there's a certain amount of ease or a certain amount of comfort in whatever pattern is there. And then if one of you, sort of levels up, we're talking about Aquarius energy, Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. Uranus is wanting to break out of the mold. Saturn is like, sit down, child. Listen to the rules. And so there's this friction in that kind of thing. And spoiler alert, Uranus is going to win. Okay, Uranus is going to win this time because it's about, we're in the time period of innovation. Whoopsie, because Age of Aquarius. But also we're in this, oh, that's really not working for me anymore. It's not even like, it's a little uncomfortable and I don't really like it. It's not even that. It's like, oh, that doesn't work for me anymore. Like it doesn't even, I can't even do it anymore. A small example, I used to work for NBC and ABC in TV. And, it was very easy for me to get jobs as a PR person, as pitching producers and things like that in the corporate world. But then it didn't work. After a while, I was like, why isn't this working for me anymore? Because, that skill set, okay, it's in your golf bag, but you don't need to be getting jobs around it, okay? And that's when I realized, like, oh, I'm evolving, I'm changing. That's just really a skill set. It's not my whole career. It's just one little skill. And plus, I didn't like doing it in the way that it was being presented to me. So that skill set could still take on some meaning, but everything is changing and everything is moving, so you can't stand still. That's Uranus. Everything is changed. Saturn is like, I hate that. I hate that things are changing. So you're going to feel this all the way through 2021. And that's why I saw somebody do a meme last year, when we were very much in November, December, where it was like, oh my God, 2021, yay, let's get out of this 2020 kind of nonsense. And it's like 2021 comes along and is like, hold my beer, right? There is something to do with, okay, now that we've like kicked over the chair, now we really gotta, we've done a few things to redecorate, but now we've got to renovate, okay? So it's not enough just to put, some new pictures on the wall or a fresh coat of paint. We got to renovate. So I'm going to do a twin flame reading here. I just saw King of Pentacles. Feminine, divine masculine. There will be an extended. I'm going to use two different decks. This is the masculine deck. This is the feminine deck. And then in the middle for the relationship, I will use my Barbara Moore deck. Okay. So for those tarot aficionados who take my class, haha, yay, right? This is the relationship reading. Knight of Pentacles. Stable, having, this is divine feminine, having, stability in one's life, being reliable. This can be overgiving, right? Every card has duality to it. So a negative way to look at the Knight of Pentacles is overgiving. Very positive way is very reliable and, someone who can be counted on. Divine masculine. Six of Cups. There's this very loving, nurturing quality about this. Divine masculine is feeling very nostalgic. The feminine is sort of like, Knight of Coins doesn't, or Knight of Pentacles, however you want to say it, doesn't really push anything. This is like the quiet, consistent, this is Virgo energy, okay? Quiet, consistent, applied effort. So I feel like with the Knight of Coins, that comes right after, the Page of Coins is learning something new. Previous to that is the Ten of Pentacles. So there is this infinite abundance that has flowed to the divine feminine or wants to flow. If you're not feeling that, there's a dam about to burst, because that's the Uranian, Saturnian, boom. So what you want to do is look at in your astrology chart, where is Uranus in your astrology chart? And where is that, what house does that have something to do with, right? So for example, if you have Uranus in your 11th house of friendships, the traditional, it's so interesting that I use my friend from college, because that's exactly what's happening here, is the friendships or the relationships you have, the way it used to work, you're changing, you're innovating, and you're breaking all the rules, okay? You're breaking the rules. And even though, this is Knight of Pentacles, like, that's not supposed to happen with the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is supposed to be old reliable. So there can be a sense of like, I feel like I'm somebody's old reliable in this connection, right? I feel like there's something about that. The Six of Cups over here for the divine masculine is really feeling very romantic and feeling very much like they want to go back the way it was before, okay, in some way, shape, or form. So what's about the relationship, energy of the relationship? Four of Pentacles. That's a real holding on. That's I want it to go back the way it was before. I see a lot of articles about when are we ever going to get our lives back to pre-2020. I'm here to tell you, never. Okay, but there was a really interesting article, very sad to me. Kids in college right now, people who are just starting their lives are sort of losing hope that they're going to be able to create a life for themselves. A lot of like Gen Xers now in our 40s and 50s, we were very much thinking like, well, we weren't really going to be better off than our parents or whatever, the first generation who didn't do. But guess what? Really? In the go-go 80s and the 90s? Really? Because that's not our path. Okay? That's not the path, is to go back. It's not. Okay? Things lurch forward and then they even out, but we're never going back. Okay? And what I wanted to say to anybody who's in their 20s right now or in college is there's a Rumi quote about, I know I'm going to mess this up. So I'm just going to say to you that, like, why are you pining for something before when what's ahead could be so much better? Okay. So I want to say that to anybody who's in their 20s or in their teens or in college and, worried that, like, what's the point of all this? Well, that's a good point. What is the point of all of this? Like, where are we going? How are we changing? So a lot of you are going to be answering a very different call. Okay. And that's, especially those of you on the twin flame path here or on the spiritual path. Let's just broaden it out because twin flame can be kind of narrowing. But this is about like an urge to kind of like go back. There's nostalgia with the masculine. There's this Four of Pentacles. There's this old reliable kind of energy here about like going back, especially if something was really good, infinite abundance. Then there can be this feeling of like, oh man, if we're moving forward to something different, then that means I'm leaving something awesome behind. And that's not true at all. Can you expand your mind to think that something could be even better? Let's work on that, shall we? I'm right there with you. All right, how the feminine is seeing the connection. Page of Cups. Very sweet energy here. Very, very sweet energy. The feminine may be wanting to make, a small little offer, right? The masculine is feeling like, okay, I would be receptive to that. How is the masculine see? Yep. I would be receptive to that. So, but it cannot be in the energy of the old. All right. So embrace this Uranian energy of happy surprises, right? We think of Uranus of like surprises, and you can think of the tower and you can think of these things, and you're like, oh my God, right? It's going to be disaster and everything like that. Sometimes surprise can be good. All right. I feel like the masculine would be welcoming to this Page of Cups kind of thing. And we can explore that a little bit more in depth here. The feminine energy, what is the high self trying to communicate to the feminine right now? Seven of Cups. You get to choose. Okay. You get to choose. It's your choice what you want to do and how you want to do it. I feel like the feminine can be, confused about, okay, well, in the past, if I do this, this happens. And I'm here to tell you that there's a new energy here. Releasing and letting go of what happened in the past. I'm going to sneeze. Is the ticket. I'm going to sneeze. So I will clarify that Page of Cups in a second here. What's the high self trying to say to the masculine? Four of Wands. This relationship is going to come together. That's 11-11, right? And we've got Sun here. I feel like because of the Six of Cups, the masculine is very receptive. What's going on subconsciously for the masculine? Ten of Pentacles. Wanting to go the distance, wanting to have something stable. So it's different than this, okay? Four of Pentacles is about fear. Ten of Pentacles is about going the distance, something that is infinite abundance, but handling it differently. There's something about being more stable and even that is required by the feminine right now. Like holding space for the masculine or bearing witness to anything. The masculine's in a good place. Okay, masculine's in a really good place. What's the subconscious? Okay. Six of Pentacles, give and take. So in the feminine world over here, divine feminine, and of course, yes, I hear you. I hear you asking this question. This can be what's going on inside of you, right? Because your masculine feminine is either coming into union, or that's one of the things that is being worked on right now. Needing to be more stable and solid is what the feminine's mission is right now. Being more stable, creating stability for themselves. I think that subconsciously, the feminine is keeping score. If I give you, you better give me. Okay? And let's see how we can, because that's why I think this holding on is like, well, you used to be the one who came toward me. Why do I have to be the one that comes toward you? Well, guess what? It's an even give and take. So in the past, if the masculine was the one offering, let's see, Page of Cups. Clarify the Page of Cups. Five of Cups, High Priestess, Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords. Okay, so the feminine could have been, has a lot of regrets about how it went before, something before, okay, before now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the timing card in this is Sun. So that can be a lot of things. That can be one day, because right, it takes the sun, the earth travels around the sun in one day. This could also be a year. It travels, around the sun in 1 year. To me, this is like one day is encapsulated, 1 year's worth of action or progress can be encapsulated in one day. I don't know where I heard this the other day, but I thought it was just kind of brilliant, is that if you're, I know it's been incremental since the 60s, but if you've been around since the 60s, the time has sped up so much that we're compressing 20 years of living into 1 year. We really are. With the access to information, with how fast we move, with how fast we think, with the evolutionary process that's going on, we've really condensed how fast we're living, how fast we're evolving. So the feminine is like, resisting, resisting because of being disappointed in the past, and may choose a very sneaky way of communicating. All right, that's one way to look at this. Another way to look at this is the feminine has been resisting their intuition about reaching out because of fear of being stabbed, right? Fear of being stabbed. So that's why it's a Page of Cups. It's very small. Knight of Pentacles is very friendly. It's not, where are you? Why aren't you in my life? It's not like that. It's more like, hey, I saw this really cool article. I thought you'd be interested. And then expecting nothing. Okay? I used my air fryer the other day. I remember you loving your air fryer. This is a recipe I used. I thought you'd enjoy it. Or something like that. It has to be authentic, right? So keep your eyes peeled for any way of a small message connecting the two of you. It has to be authentic, and it has to expect nothing in return. Okay? And sent truly in love. Okay? Sent truly, is like this article, or that's how I work a lot of times is I show love through cooking for people. My mom was a chef, so that's why that happens. Through cooking for people, and also through information, right? Show love for you through giving information. That's how Mary Jo shows love. And how do you show love? What is unique to you? I feel like some of you could lay the groundwork spiritually for this by doing a lot of Ho'oponopono prayer, the prayer of forgiveness around anything that's going on, and then truly working on forgiveness. Because I think this is like, well, how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to move forward? How am I supposed to, deliver on this promise of making an interaction without keeping score, without being like, I said this and you said that. One for me, I got victimized this time. I'm going to victimize you next time. Not that you're doing that, but there is some kind of thing there. Okay. So there could be a lot of laying the groundwork here. And I feel like there's a lot of holding back out of fear. I want to say this to you. There's 2 major arcana cards. And that's not tremendously, this is very transactional, it seems to me. The High Priestess and the Sun. To me, this is about shedding light on the internal nature of the relationship. Okay? It's about, things have changed in your energy because you're answering the call. You're getting to the next level of things. You're as feminine. Masculine is now open to love and joy and those things. And maybe in the past they weren't. They weren't open to this 10 of Pentacles. So I want to clarify. Oh, that's the feminine. I want to clarify this 6 of Cups. Definitely has his back to the feminine, though. Death, 4 of Cups, 10 of Cups, Hermit. So this person may have been dating someone. It seems pretty small to me, though. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not really a big deal. I think they want to be in union. I think they want to be in something that's more meaningful. They could be dating someone that's not really that big of a deal to them, but it's, or there's just something about it transactional to me. Okay, I feel like the masculine is really feeling a little bit lonely, going through a transformative process, and it's not showing up here as like awful. It's showing up as going towards something great. 10 of Cups, and this person, this masculine, could be getting offers from other people, but they're just not paying attention. Okay. I feel like they might be talking to somebody else or whatever, but don't let that slip the feminine into this scorekeeping thing, okay? Because I think the masculine is much wiser for whatever they've gone through. They needed to go through something like this. They needed to have some kind of comparison. Because in the past, if they had infinite abundance, if they felt a deep connection with you, and now it's like they were staying at the Ritz-Carlton and they were having the most amazing wine and beautiful food and very, fresh ingredients, farm to table kind of stuff, enjoying things and really being, that's the nature of the twin flame relationship, right? Is that spiritual abundance. All this other stuff around it is because of 3D programming. Okay. And now they do want to go back to that, but I feel like the feminine almost doesn't want to go back because you guys are stepping up and answering the call for the next level. Okay. So I don't want to just go back into this lighthearted kind of thing, although that is a doorway. Okay. So that is a doorway. It's like meeting this energy where they are is going to be important. I feel like the masculine has gone through a lot of heavy learning. Okay, but I like this 10 of Cups here. So in the extended, I'm going to look at Cancerian energy. Cancer, Virgo, definitely. I see Knight of Pentacles and Hermit. Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio, Leo. Okay, I'm going to look at those energies and I'm going to see where we go. And then we'll do more about blocks and things that need to be worked on. Okay. All right. So twin flame reading for this week. Link is below if you want to continue on and go deeper with me. I'll see you over there.